It says that I am live. Dan, can you hear me? Good. So that would be what? Good morning for you? Let me know. Type it in the chat too. Let me know if you can hear me. Because I haven't done a stream since like May. Well, see, the video resolution is, oh well, it is what it is. It's showing mic volume, so I think y'all should be able to hear me. Can you hear me, Herman? Can you let me know if you can hear me? Not going to make this a long stream. I just figured I'd do something a little more interactive. Okay, thanks, appreciate it. Just figured I would do something a little more interactive than just posting a video. So, I talked a while back. I bought some of the old 1987 KB Superstars of Baseball, and I've just been getting, real sentimental's the wrong word. What am I looking for? Nostalgic. Nostalgic is the right word. And that's moved over to football. And you guys are both on Twitter. For anybody that's on Twitter, you can follow me at Beans B Card Blog. But right now, tonight, Friday night, I post a weekly vintage football buy sell trade thread. I need to get over there and get some retweets done after this. But yeah, I've really been getting back into vintage football. Now, the 1987 top set is not exactly vintage, but it's the first set I collected, so I have been working on sets. Or putting a set together, putting a raw set together. I purchased 3 different lots off eBay. Between those 3 lots, I think I got around 1,400 cards. And then I bought a lot off of Twitter. And then about a week ago, I think it was a week ago tonight, I absolutely, what I think, stole an auction. And it was for a complete set, complete hand collated set, all sleeved up. He had like 600 doubles, or multiples, I should say, doubles, triples, whatever. But then there was a stack of graded cards. And so if Panini Mosaic is now $35 a box, thanks for checking in, Paul. I appreciate it. I did see, I think you subscribed to my channel today. Oddball Guards, hello. Appreciate you guys coming in. Yeah, Paul, I'll get over there and get some retweets of some of the stuff in a bit. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not really that much of a seller because I am, pretty much a collector. Hopefully at some point, I'll be start buying some lots and I'll have some things to sell. But I love just kind of being the guy that's tagged in everything. So I think each week I've at least bought 1 card. Last week I bought a 71 Johnny Unitas that was in good shape. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, a week ago, I think it was a week ago tonight, because I was shocked it got here on Saturday. He sent it priority mail. It was a complete set. It was like 600 multiples, and then I want to say like 12 PSA graded cards. So yeah, I appreciate you listening in, Dan, while you do that. That is awesome. And like I said, that was one thing I wanted to do, to do this live instead of just doing a video. I could have done a video. And I apologize if anything goes wrong in the meantime, y'all, with my camera, my lights. I'm trying, if y'all have watched my videos, you know this is definitely a new setup. Trying some new stuff to see if I can make it any better. But yeah, so I stole that for, if you say Mosaic Blasters, I think I've heard of 35. So I got a complete set, 600 multiples, and probably close to a dozen graded cards, PSA graded cards, for less than the price of 4 blasters. Now, the thing about the completed set is I will go through, and then I have also won, like I said, I've won another lot, or purchased another lot since I went through and did my binder, But I'm going to continue slowly buying lots when the price is right so that I can completely, get the best possible set I can. I will tell you that going through these cards, it definitely gives me a better appreciation of when a card is a PSA 7 or 8. There's some of these cards I've got like 12 of, and they've got the same roller marks in the same place. And these came from different lots, so they're not out of the same box. It's just completely asinine. But so far, so I did I think this is super cool. So this is a 4-row, just your normal 4-row, 3,600 count box. But I bought a couple years ago, I went to an estate sale and picked up a whole bunch of vintage baseball. And a lot of it came in this box. So it's a 4-row, but it opens like the normal set boxes. It actually, these flaps tuck in, so that's pretty awesome. But anyway, so there is what I've got in there. This is not that set that I said I had bought. And then it's not my binder. But those are all spares. The 2 back rows I've already gone through. These 2 front rows here are ones that I will be going through to see what actually I need to go into my set. So the first thing I'm doing, like I said, is trying to put together the best set I can. And I've got a binder for it. So if you guys have seen these or do see these or know someone that has this same binder, but in a football, kind of sorry, I can't really get it in the screen very well, but so it's like a brown faux leather. It's got, like I said, just baseball card album on it. So that is what my very first set of cards came in. My uncle gave me a 1986 hand-collated top set. And that's what it was in. And I know there are other sports because I actually have a hockey one that I got in a lot. But, yeah, if you guys see a football one, let me know because I want to get more of those. That's a good question, Dan. Personally, I never have. Like I said, the guy that I bought the set from, he had his set sleeved. And I bought Heritage Miners, so it would have been the 71 design, so it was last year. I bought it from either Jeremy IPTTM or Ben Martin, and it came sleeved, but those were the black border ones. But those are the only 2 times I've seen that way. Definitely interested to hear what others say if they do that. All right, so what I'm working on, like I said, I'm working on the base set. That's the first thing. And like I said, I'm going to continue to buy lots that are cheap. There's actually one on eBay right now that, had a low starting bid. Most of the starting bids have been higher, like $30. I'm not really willing to go over a dime a card shipped. That's kind of my place. But because of that, I had gotten a lot of commons, and I didn't have many of the stars. But I now have at least the stars from this set, and I bought another nice lot from Twitter that did have a lot of the stars. So, hopefully I've got a couple of decent copies. So, if you've been watching my channel, Paul, I know you just subscribed today, so you might not have seen Oddball Cards. I'm not sure how long you've been subbed to my channel. I've started doing TTMs again. So I'm also trying to get all the cards in this set, or as many as I can, signed. So you're talking 1987. This is a 30, almost a 35, so it's a 34-year-old card set. There are a lot of guys in here that have passed away. Obviously, not everybody signs through the mail. Some of these guys tend to disappear. So things happen. But here are some of the ones that I've gotten, or these are the ones I've gotten through the mail so far that I've shown on the channel. Hello, Hobby Hound. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I was thinking it's like an early 80s, late 70s type box. It's because I don't recall ever seeing them, and I started collecting in 87. When I started in 87, they were, the same box as they are now, with just either the full top or the half top. Yes, the album. I unfortunately can't really get a good picture because of the way I've got my camera set up. But this is kind of what it has on the bottom. It's in the bottom right, like, quarter. And then this is the side, if I can get that in there. This is a 2-inch binder. Which will work for the football set, even not putting the cards to a page. So I'm happy with the 2-inch. Obviously, I would take anything I could get, but yeah, I would obviously pay. And if you have multiple ones, I would obviously like to buy multiple ones if I could, just to, make shipping more reasonable. I mean, because it's already going to be like $15 to ship one. So hell, at that point, I may as well buy 4 or 6 if I can. That's what actually happened before. I've got like maybe 8 or 10 baseball ones, but I don't really use them for anything. I had bought them because I needed just the one for my 1986 top set I put back together, which was my first set. So, yeah, if you happen to have any of those, let me know. I'm over on Twitter is usually the easiest way to get me. I'm Beans B Card blog over there. So before I go any further, a couple of you guys, like I said, I don't know that I've interacted with before. I did put Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern on the 3B Collection channel. Herman's in the chat, but we do a week almost weekly. We have some hiccups now and then. Life gets in the way. When you're doing a live show, sometimes things happen. But we do a 1 hour just hobby chat on Monday. Last week was our best viewed ever. We had Jenny Miller on talking about trading card database. So maybe y'all be interested in going over and subscribing to Herman's channel. And like I said, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central my time on Monday nights. Hey, Tony. Thanks for stopping in, bud. I think you all know Tony from Twitter, hopefully. Yes, it is like yep, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, it's a marble type, and it's got a little bit of a texture to it as well of a faux leather. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I appreciate it. Absolutely no hurry whatsoever. Obviously, I've got it in a baseball binder. I'm good to go. I just know they make them. From time to time, I've gone on eBay searching for them, and that's where I found like the dozen or so that I have. Chicken chat. Yeah, we talked about, not this past week, but the last Monday, Herman and I were talking about chicken because raising chickens because sometimes stuff happens. So yeah, I was going to show, like I said, some of you all, I don't know if you've seen my videos, but so these are some of the TTMs I've gotten for the 87 set so far. So this one, Phil Simms is obviously the quarterback, but he does not sign through the mail. So I took a chance. Bart Oates did not have returns in the last few years. But through Google searches, I found out he's the president of the NFL Alumni Players Association. So I got their address from the interwebs, sent this off, and he sent this back in 7 days. He had been a good signer before. It just didn't have a current address for him. So that is actually, I got card number 1 in the set signed. So I was pretty happy about that. Some other ones I got, most of these were around a week, at most 2 weeks. Lance, I'm not sure if it's Mel or Mail, how you say that. But he signed in a week. I got that back, what did I get that back? Monday, I think. Both of those two came back Monday. These I got back a couple of weeks ago. Hall of Famer Charlie Joyner, who's a TTM legend. So, and as you can see, his signature's starting to struggle a little bit. So if that's something you'd like to get signed, if you have something for him, I would highly recommend that. But you see there, that's a record breaker. When he retired, he had the most receiving yards in a career. He had a handful of the career receiving records. Yeah, they would look sharp on a shelf for sure if I had that many. I just don't. Most of the ones I have are empty, so they're not. And then Joe Jacoby, I got him. He signs. He has an insurance agency, I want to say in the Charlotte area. He personalized, but that's never a problem for me because I'm collecting them for me and no other reason. But those 4 I have shown before. I actually have gotten some more in this week because all of these, other than the Joyner and the Jacoby, went out last Monday. So they've been out just a little bit less than 2 weeks. But here's some that I got over the past, let's see, I think I got some Tuesday. I think I got some Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I got some today. So here is former Dolphin running back Tony Nathan. He signed a couple for me. I chose to show this one. I think he said best wishes on the other one, but he said go Fins on this one, so I thought that was awesome. With a 79 to 87 inscription of the years that he played for the Dolphins. Personalized also, but, not a problem for me, like I said. This gentleman only had a couple of cards in his career. He was in the 86 tops and this 87 tops. I'd seen that he would sign multiple, so I actually sent 4 off, and he signed all 4 and returned. Not only that, I had put a couple of on the outside of the cards. I had put a couple of index cards, and he actually signed those for me as well. So Mr. Zeke, I'm not 100% sure how you say that, if it's Mowat or Mowat, but it's got to be something like that. So very excited. I'm going maybe from the little bit more obscure to the more well-known as I show these off. Pretty sure if you follow NFL football from the 80s and 90s, you know this guy, Roger Craig. This one he signed obviously just Roger Craig. I think he might have been a $5 fee, but he was also on the team leader card, and I love this one. Hobbyhound mentioned the inscriptions. So this one is the Roger Craig, and then he's got 1,000, 1,000, and 1985. He actually rushed for 1,000 yards and had 1,000 yards receiving. So that one is pretty awesome. Got a Hall of Famer here. Very good TTM signer, Mr. Dan Fouts. He signed a couple for me. I chose this one just because I think the card was just a little bit better centered. Obviously, the blue Sharpie kind of gets lost in, his navy blue uniform, and he typically signs right there when I've seen these, because I have seen these for sale on eBay. But so it kind of usually doesn't look super sharp. I definitely wish those guys sometimes would, maybe sign in silver on something like that. And this he does have a donation. He requests a donation, and I sent 2 of them. And paid for 2. And this is just where I said that last one, the Dan Fouts, kind of like just blends in, unfortunately. Wilber Marshall cameo. Was that on the Roger Craig? I can't remember. But this is a beautiful signature, an inscription. I don't ask for inscriptions. So any inscriptions you see on these, it's all on them. But this one, like I said, just beautiful signature, and it definitely contrasts to the card. So Hall of Famer Dwight Stevenson, and he signed it with Hall of Fame 98. He signed 2 for me. I chose this one because of the Hall of Fame 98 inscription. He did put something on the other one. I just can't remember what exactly it was. Like I said, I think he's either a $5 or $10 donation, but he is a fantastic signer, and you should have no concerns whether or not you'll get those back. I actually wouldn't have seen Fouts play because I really didn't get into football until really got into it in '88. But '87, I bought a few packs because it was my first year collecting. But I definitely know him as an announcer, and I really liked him as an announcer. Yeah, I always wondered if Roger Craig might become a Hall of Famer. I mean, he was damn good in his day. So what I've talked about is I'm working on the set. It's going to be an ever-evolving set because I'm always going to pick up lots when I can and see if I can upgrade the cards. So I am working to get as many through-the-mail autographs or pick up some autographs. Like there's a guy that played at WVU, Fulton Walker, who has passed away. So I will have to buy that from someone else if and when it ever shows up. Former Mountaineer Darryl Talley's in the set, but he doesn't sign through the mail any longer that I know of. So that's another one that I'll have to pick up on my own. Yeah, Tony, I don't know if I'll do that, the authentication on those, because it really is just for me. But you gave me a great segue. So the other thing that I'm doing, I'm all in on this, and I hope that I maintain my focus. You guys that watch my channel or that know me from the other places, you know that focus is a challenge for me. I have too many projects I want to do, but I'm really enjoying this. So the other thing I'm doing is I am actually going to, and I'm not just going out and buying everything available. I'm either looking for a deal or something like that. I mentioned in the lot that had the set, it had some PSA cards. I am actually working on a PSA set registry for the 1987 Topps football sets. So, yeah, I will continue updating this Hobby Hound. There's a lot at the beginning. I hadn't done a video, but we'll start seeing updates. Maybe what I'll do on my channel, I do TTM Tuesdays if I have any TTMs. I do Throwback Thursdays. Those are canned. I sometimes record those months in advance. And maybe I'll kind of keep Fridays for, if I get something new, but try to keep it consistent on what day of the week I do. Stories in Cardboard. So everybody, by the way, I shouldn't just say Stories in Cardboard, but I know I gave him a shout out recently. Everybody in here, go follow everybody else. You have some great content creators in here, some great collectors. I don't know that Tony creates YouTube content, but you should follow him on Twitter. He shows off some great stuff. And he's also got his website, and his scans of his cards are absolutely beautiful. So as I was saying, yeah, my focus is to try and be more focused. You ain't lying, brother. That's where I'm at, too. But I will say that your vintage football videos are not helping me maintain focus. So I picked up from some different places, but they are from some different sellers and whatnot, but they've been on eBay. So I'm going to go alphabetically with some random pickups I have. So I have the Lynn Dickey, who I really do not remember, but this is a PSA 9. So, and this is an example of where I said I'm going to be patient. So I got that, and I got this Frank Minifield PSA 8. So I want everything to be a PSA 8 or better. I will not buy a PSA 7 or lower itself. Now, if it comes as a part of a lot, down the road you'll see some of that. I'll take it, and I'll upgrade later. So this was an 8 and a 9, and I won these from the same seller. He also had some of the other Browns, but I didn't win them. I went what I thought was okay as far as aggressiveness, but I just didn't win them. But I won these for 99 cents each, and I think it was like $4.50 shipping or something. So I have less than $4 into each of these cards. When I can get a card, if it's an 8 for $4, I'll do it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot on 8s, other than maybe some of the superstars and rookies, just because they're more expensive. But yeah, so as I say that, the next one is an 8. So this is an example of being on eBay, maybe a little bit too late at night, seeing what was ending and just throwing out some bids, and ended up winning this for about $11. If I remember correctly, that's shipped. When I give you prices, I'm giving you my shipped price. Because I don't know, other people don't, but I consider what I pay for shipping as part of the cost of the card, because that's what comes out of my bank account or my PayPal account. So that's what the card cost me. But I got this for about 11, and I've seen some 9s go off for around 15. So this is maybe one of the, ones where it's kind of like, wah, 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 that if I could do it again, I probably would not get. But I can upgrade it down the road, and then I can just list it in my eBay store. There's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to see today that's already going to get listed in my eBay store. So this is a PSA 10 that I got off of a Buy It Now. Paid, and this is one where maybe I need to chill a little bit, but it was a Buy It Now. You don't see a ton of 10s out there on the lower tier players. I'm guessing they're already in set registries, but I paid around $20 for this one. Maybe a little more than I would have liked to, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? Yeah, they look great in the slabs, and that's one thing I'm a fan of. I just don't know that I would want to put the money onto getting all of the autographs authenticated. Maybe some of them. But yeah, so I paid around $20 for that. Probably overpaid, but I'm definitely learning the prices a little bit better. I actually won a lot a couple nights ago that I purchased. It won't actually add anything to this set. I already have what's coming in it, but I knew the price was good enough that I would be able to resell them in my eBay store. Yeah, 8s, like I said, if they're at the right price, and then the superstars. So this, I won this in a group of 8s that you'll see some more of them later, and I think on average I paid about $4 a card for them, and so that's why I went ahead and got the 8. But this was one of my first purchases, but this card is already obsolete and will be out of my set because today a PSA 10 came in. This was from the same seller as that Charlie Brown that was 2 cards ago. But this one did not have a Buy It Now on it, so I just bid on it and ended up winning it, I think, for about 15 shipped. So I wish I had been more patient on the other one, but it seemed like a decent price and compared to some other 10s. Because I've done eBay searches on what completed 10s are for basically just common players. But so here is another one, and that 8 will eventually be up in my eBay store sometime down the road. So this I picked up from I talked about the vintage football thread that I do Friday nights. And I make that vintage thread. It needs to be earlier than 1990 because that makes the 80s cards count. And I noticed that once I did that, it really picked up. So this was definitely my favorite player for a bit as a kid, Warren Moon. So I got this for $20 delivered from Twitter for a mint 9. Pretty excited about that. I may end up upgrading it someday if I can find a 10 at a solid price, but I love that. There are some teams in this set that just look sharp, the color schemes, and this is one of them. You know, the Warren Moon, the background matches up pretty well, you know, pretty closely with the image or with the color of the uniform. And then that red in the Oilers matches up with the PSA slab. So it is beautiful. I have checked ComC. They don't have a lot of 87s on there, and most of them are overpriced. The one I did buy is actually a teammate of Moon. I did buy an Ernest Givens PSA 9. So I'll probably have that in my, home here sometime around 2025 or so. We'll get that. But so I got the Warren Moon in the 9. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm definitely shopping, and, I'm already seeing a lot. There's people that have auctions for PSA 8s on for like $9, and that's the starting bid, and I'm just not buying those because I know that those cards, if they come up at an actual auction at 99 cents, I'm going to get them significantly cheaper. But this is one that kind of went with the that first, I think it was Arthur Cox. This cost me maybe $4.50, $5 delivered. So again, I'm going to take 8s at that price any day of the week, but I really want to focus on 9s or 10s. But I have an appreciation for any of these cards being PSA 8s. Like I said, I've seen a lot. I've seen thousands, a couple thousand raw 1987s now, and I know that those things there's a lot of fuzzy pictures, colors are off, fish eyes, just all kinds of different crap. Yeah, the color scheme for them works well for the Oilers, so that makes that Moon look really good. The color scheme, I love the Packers cards. They look real good. I like the Falcons because they use the gray background with the red. Here's one that's probably not quite as good. This is a Bill Brooks and a PSA 8 rookie. But again, another one I got for, I want to say, maybe $5 delivered. So, yeah, good call. I probably do need to check the sales. But I've also seen a lot of people. It seems like there's not a lot of people running good sales this weekend. But you'll have that. It is what it is. It's a long-term, definitely a long-term project. So I got a Bill Brooks 8 for about $5. Now, if you were on the Hobby Roundtable, not this past week, but last month, it's the third Saturday of every month on the 3B Collection channel. I mentioned during it that I was bidding on a card and won it, and this was it. This was the first PSA 10 that I had. Donald Igwebuike. Got that, I want to say, for about $15 delivered. It was an auction. I won it. I think it was 12 and change, and then like $3.50, $4 shipping, something like that. It's just funny that it was the first 10 I got, because when I think of Donald Igwebuike, I, in elementary school, did a social studies project. It won at my school, and it got me to the county level, and it was about athletes and steroids. And I remember he had some kind of issue with drug. I don't remember if it was steroids or drugs or what, but I definitely remember him being a part of that. I mean, with a name like Igwebuike, you tend to remember that name pretty easily. So those are some of the ones that, I kind of slowly picked up. So this next little batch is also part of my set. But these came in that lot with the set and the 600 multiples. And then, like I said, there was about a dozen PSA graded cards. But he was working on, I know this guy was working on the same thing, and I'm guessing he gave up. Because last night I went to put them into my PSA set registry, and every one of them, they had to send a removal request because they were in set, so they were in his set. So, and I'm doing these numerically. The other ones I think I did numerically as well. So here is the Joe Montana in an 8. That one I may try to upgrade to a 9 at some point. The 9s are somewhat affordable. The 10s are ridiculous. I'm just not going to put that much money into it. As we all know, it's kind of tough sometimes to tell the difference between a 9 and a 10. So it is what it is. But these, like I said, I got the lot. So it ended up being, what, about 1,000 cards, including, I keep saying around a dozen PSA graded cards. And I paid less than I paid 120 something for it. So if you even just look at it, I paid $10 for each of the slabs roughly and got the other cards free. So I would definitely pay $10 delivered for a Joe Montana 8. On the cards I need, if it's the PSA, it'll just be anything I don't show here. I haven't really worked on that yet. That's a very slow burn. I've been more working on the raw set. Also in there was a Jerry Rice 8. So I mentioned that I bought a lot a couple nights ago of cards that I don't even need. Well, it was a 4-card lot of Jerry Rice cards. I'm a little bit irked because I thought it was 4 PSA 8s. I didn't read the description. I didn't look at the picture, so I'm at fault ultimately. But the seller was sketchy as crap because he put PSA 4-card lot PSA 8, even though one of them was a 7 and one of them was a 6. If you read it, you would have thought it was a PSA 8. But I know that I can move those now that I've started learning the prices of these. I know kind of what they go for. So we'll see if I like one of those 8s better, and I'll flip into the set. An 8 is supposed to have, a couple of minor defects, and, it's all about eye appeal. And on these, on centering, I would rather the bottom be bigger than the top. I don't know why, but for eye appeal, that's what works for me. So, in that lot, I think there was another PSA 8 Jerry Rice. There were definitely 3 of these. Got a PSA 8 Dan Marino. If you look at the numbers, by the way, the guy I bought them from, or whoever he bought them from, submitted them all together because the numbers are all pretty close. Yeah, so I got 3 different PSA 8s. This is the one I chose that I like the best. One of them, and I don't understand how it gets an 8 because it had like a stain or something up above the Dolphins. But this was my favorite. This is the one I kept. The other ones will eventually go on eBay. Ended up with 4 of these in a PSA 8. Jim Kelly rookie. It's his NFL rookie. I'm not going to sit here and argue the merits of whether this is his rookie or his USFL is his rookie. It is what it is. I was glad to get this because these go for about $30 delivered, and I got 4 of them. So if I sell my other 3, there's 90, minus fees, etc. But that's going to pay for 2/3 of the lot alone. So I was excited to just get one, be done with it. Like I said, down the road, maybe I find a 9. Maybe I find one at a card show or something. But, again, down the road. So this is the only PSA 7 I have. Again, this is because it's just part of the lot. I will be looking to upgrade this, probably only to an 8 because it sells very well in a 9, 10. He definitely has a good fan following, and this is his rookie, Randall Cunningham, in a 7. So like I said, down the road, I'll get an 8. My buddy Jason, who, if you saw the We Love the 80s Cards show that I posted a couple of weeks ago, he's my co-host on that. We'll be starting that up probably after the new year. We'll start doing the bi-monthly show. But he's already spoken for this. So we will see if, or when I upgrade it. I'll definitely upgrade it. I think this might have been the only one of these. So there was a Steve Young PSA 8. Again, that's a rookie. So, I've got some of the bigger rookies out of the way. Some of the rookies still left that I don't have anything of are Herschel Walker, which sells pretty well in high grade. Actually, I think that might be the only big rookie left. Then I'm going to go through these quickly. I'm actually getting pretty close to the end. I appreciate y'all coming in. If you give me a thumbs up, if you would, that would be great. So these are some of the ones that will eventually go into my eBay store. I'm just focusing on other stuff right now. I think the price of these PSA type cards is going to slowly go up. And the reason being, we're never going to see $15 submissions again. So for people that are putting sets together and stuff like this, what's out there is out there, and I truly believe that these are going to slowly creep up. So I have no problem with sitting on them for now and moving some other stuff. So I did have an extra Jerry Rice in a 7. I'll have some 8. I'll have a couple of 8s, another 7, and a 6 to post sometime on eBay down the road. In the description, I do have a link to my eBay store. If you decide you want to go in there and click up the top, save this search, it'll send you the every day that I post something, it'll send you it'll send you an email. I use them for a lot of save searches as far as like what I'm looking for, player, but also buyers or sellers as well. So there's a Marino 6. Obviously, I'll move that one at some point. Marino 8. Marino 8. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's where I was saying it's kind of got a stain right there above the O in Dolphins. And somehow still came out an 8. I don't understand how that works, but I guess the PSA grader got lucky the night before. So Jim Kelly, there's an 8. I took the one that I liked the best. Whatever, just... I hope you're right that we see the $10 to $20 grading again, because it'll be good for things like this. I'm not going to be one that's going to submit, but I think that it will help down the road as far as just my purchase prices. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know that I am. This is the last one. It's a PSA 6. I'm not planning to work on the 1,000-yard club set in graded form, but this came along with it, so eventually it'll go to my eBay store. Oh yeah, they're all already in Superior Fit sleeves, Tony. I was running low. I thought I had a bunch, but come to find out, I had bought a bunch of the top load ones at one point. I actually bought a pack from Mike, baseball collector, at the last Dallas show because I was running low and I knew I had some of these coming in. But yeah, everything is getting Superior Fit sleeves now. That is for sure. Autographs 2000. Well, welcome to Texas. Awesome of you to hop in. The bad news is I think I'm pretty much done. Going to wrap this up. Like I said, it was just something to do and, trying to be more interactive. And so many of you guys showing up is awesome and really did make it better than me just doing a normal standard video. So maybe it's something I'll start to try to do a little more often. We'll see how things go. I've got some life changes coming in the very near future, so we'll see how my time works availability wise, but definitely could see myself doing more of these, especially like I said, a handful of you guys showing up. This was awesome. I really appreciate you guys coming in and chatting. It makes this so much better. Like I said, that's what I got. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Y'all have a great week. Oh, okay, so Jim Kelly for 113. Cunningham, 9 for 95. Haley. Oh, Haley is another rookie in there. That's right. That's right. He had a 10 go off, I want to say, around maybe 75 within the last couple weeks. So he is definitely one. But he's a Hall of Famer, so I get it. So it's part of that Hall of Fame registry. So you got more guys looking at it than otherwise might be. And then he's with San Francisco in that. Obviously, the Niners have a good fan base. I know that because of Bart, I know about the 49ers PSA registry, so you got a lot of people that are into that one, so it's a little higher. It's probably one that I'll just end up picking up in an 8, and then, maybe down the road I'll get lucky at a card show or something and come across a 9 for like $30. But that is what I got. Thanks so much for showing up, guys. Like I said, I've said that a bunch of times. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I think it'd be awesome if you would. I try to put out videos every Monday through Friday. I've had some times where I've been in and out, and sometimes I just haven't been feeling it, but I've been canning up videos on the weekend to go for the whole week. So pretty much the last, I want to say, maybe couple months or so, I've been able to get Monday through Friday videos. So if you'd subscribe, that'd be great. If you'd give the thumbs up if you hadn't for the video, that would be awesome. Thanks for the chat, guys. You know where to get me. Beans B Card blog on Twitter, and then basically Beans Ball Card blog everywhere else. Instagram, beansballcardblog.com, though I haven't posted anything in months. You know where to get me here. That's what I got. I appreciate it. And I may as well give my outro that I give everywhere else, even though I didn't give the open. But anyway, be smart, be safe, be kind to animals.